Welcome to Relaxing Sleepy Science. You've arrived at a place where deep research meets a quiet mind. Thank you for listening to this compilation of Relaxing Sleepy Science. Tonight, we explore the intricate, complete history of quantum entanglement, a phenomenon that has puzzled and captivated scientists for centuries. We will move through the quantum realm to understand how this peculiar connection shapes the fabric of our reality. If you enjoy these gentle journeys, I invite you to like, subscribe, or share a thought below. But for now, there is nothing you need to do but relax. Soften. In the stillness of a lab, a photon is born, a tiny particle of light. It emerges from its source, a point of brilliance in the darkness. It's not alone, though. There's another, a twin, born at the same instant in the same place, yet separate, distinct. These photons, they share something mysterious. It's as if they're bound by an invisible string, a secret promise made at their creation. The first photon, let's call it alpha, begins its journey. It travels through the air, a silent messenger in the night. It doesn't rush, it doesn't hurry. It moves with a calm, steady purpose. The second beta mirrors alpha's path, a dance of light in the stillness. They're not connected by a beam, no line we can see, no thread we can trace. No, they're connected in a way that's harder to grasp, a way that defies our everyday understanding. Alpha encounters a mirror. It bounces off, changes direction. But beta, miles away, turns too. Not because it sees alpha, no, because they're entangled. Their fates are intertwined, their paths intertwined. The state of one instantly affects the state of the other, no matter the distance between them. This is the promise of entanglement, a promise made at their birth, a promise kept across space and time. As alpha continues on its journey, it encounters another photon. This one, gamma, is not entangled with alpha. It doesn't share the same promise. It doesn't turn when alpha turns. It doesn't change when alpha changes. It's a stranger, a passerby in the night. It has its own path, its own purpose. It's a reminder of the ordinary, the everyday, the familiar. But alpha, it's special. It's part of a pair, a duo, bound by a promise. A promise made in the calm of a lab, a promise kept in space. This is the promise of entanglement, a promise that continues to mystify and intrigue, a promise that continues to shape our understanding of the world around us. And as alpha and beta continue on their journey, we continue to explore, to question, to understand. For there's still much to learn, much to discover, much to unravel in the calm, the stillness of the quantum realm. As alpha continues its journey, you notice the light around it shifting, growing denser, more. It's not the light of our familiar world, but a light that connects, that binds. It's a light that communicates, whispers secrets across vast distances. Alpha drifts through this light, and you feel a subtle shift, a change in the air. It's like the moment before a raindrop falls, the stillness, the anticipation. This is the stillness of entanglement, a stillness that resonates, echoes. It's a stillness that's full, brimming with potential. You reach out, feeling the weight of this stillness, this light. It's heavy, not in a way that presses down, but in a way that pulls, draws you in. It's the weight of connection, of interdependence. It's the weight of a promise made long ago, a promise kept across the vastness of space and time. Alpha encounters another photon, Beta. You've met Beta before, but this time you see the connection, the bond between them. It's like a thread, a shimmering thread stretching between them, connecting them, binding them together. This thread, it's tangible, real. Beta turns, following Alpha's path. It doesn't turn because Alpha guides it, because Alpha sets the pace. Beta turns because it's part of the promise, part of the journey. This journey, it's not a dance of bodies, but of states, of possibilities. It's a dance that's measurable, predictable, yet always surprising. Alpha and Beta, they're not just moving through space, they're moving through time. Time, it's something they move through, something they change, something they become a part of. They're not just photons, they're not just particles, they're moments, they're events, they're possibilities. You reach out again, feeling the weight of these moments, these events, these possibilities. They're heavy, not in a way that's burdensome, but in a way that's full, that's rich, that's profound. This weight, it's meant to be shared, passed on, become a part of. This is the promise of entanglement, a promise made in the calm of a lab, a promise kept in the vastness of space, a promise that continues to shape our understanding of the world around us. And as Alpha and Beta continue on their journey, we continue to explore, to question, to understand. For there's still much to learn, much to discover, much to unravel in the quantum realm. You notice the air growing cool, a gentle chill that's not uncomfortable but noticeable. It's a change that's not, but gradual, like the slow turning of a tide. You reach out, fingers tracing the coolness, feeling the weight of it, the promise of it. This coolness, it's not just a temperature, it's a state, a possibility. It's the quiet before the wave. You're not just standing in the lab, you're standing in the middle of a conversation. A conversation that's not spoken but whispered in the hum of the machines, in the soft click of the switches, in the calm glow of the screens. It's a conversation that's not about words, but about states, about possibilities, about connections. You reach out, feeling the weight of these connections, these possibilities, these states. They're heavy, not in a way that's burdensome, but in a way that's full, that's rich, that's profound. These connections, they're not just between the machines, between the people, but between the past and the present, between the small and the vast, between the known and the unknown. You take a step forward, moving through the lab, moving through time. Time, it's not something that passes you by, but something you move through, something you change, something you become a part of. You're not just moving through space, you're moving through states, through possibilities, through connections. Each step, it's not just a movement, but a transformation. A transformation that's not, but gradual, like the slow turning of a tide. You find yourself in front of a box. It's not a big box, not a small box, but a box. A box that's not just a box, but a promise. A promise of something more, something deeper, something richer. A promise that's not spoken, but whispered in the calm hum of the machines, in the soft click of the switches, in the calm glow of the screens. A promise that's not about words, but about states, about possibilities, about connections. You reach out, feeling the weight of this promise, feeling the coolness of the box, feeling the quiet before the wave. This box, it's not just a box, it's a moment, it's an event, it's a possibility. It's a promise that's not just made, but kept in the calm, in the calm, in the stillness. As your fingers trace the cool, smooth surface of the box, you feel the quiet anticipation of the lab, the hum of the machines, the soft glow of the screens, all whispering a promise of something more, something deeper, something richer. This box, it's not just a box, it's a moment, an event, a possibility. A promise kept in the stillness, in the calm of the quantum realm. Your breath slows, matching the rhythm of the lab, the rhythm of the machines, the rhythm of the possibilities. You're not just here, you're becoming part of this dance, this transformation, this connection. The air in the lab is cool, almost crisp, like the first breath on a winter's morning. It carries with it the faintest hint of ozone, the quiet byproduct of the machines at work, the quiet witnesses to the promise about to be fulfilled. Your eyes, they adapt, adjusting to the dim light, finding the shadows, finding the shapes, finding the connections. The box, it's not heavy, not light, but just right, balanced, like a seed ready to sprout, ready to grow, ready to become something more. Your mind, it drifts, not racing, not rushing, but wandering, like the vagus nerve, the wandering nerve, leaning in towards the heart, sharing a quiet secret to beat more slowly now, to let the day go, to let the world fade away, to let the possibilities take shape. The machines, they hum, not loud, not soft, but just right. A quiet collection of potential, a quiet lullaby of probability, a quiet anthem of the unknown. The box, it's not just a box, it's a question waiting to be answered, a question waiting to be asked. A question about states, about possibilities, about connections. A question about understanding, not about answers, but about exploration. Your hand, it hovers, not touching, not yet, but almost ready to ask the question, almost ready to make the connection, almost ready to become part of the dance, part of the transformation, part of the possibility. The air, it's still, not moving, not stirring, but waiting. Waiting for the question, waiting for the connection, waiting for the promise to be kept. The machines, they hum, not louder, not softer, but just right. A quiet chorus of anticipation, a quiet harmony of expectation, a quiet melody of potential. You, the cool air filling your lungs, the quiet promise filling your mind, the soft glow filling your eyes. And then you touch the box. Not a tap, not a knock, but a touch. A soft, gentle, quiet touch. A touch about connection, not about power, but about possibility, not about control, but about exploration. And in that touch, in that moment, in that connection, something changes. Something shifts. Something transforms. Not, but quiet, calm, still. A transformation about silence, not about chaos, but about order, not about confusion, but about clarity. A transformation about the world, self, outside, inside, big, small, vast, intimate. And as the transformation begins, as the connection is made, as the promise is kept, you find yourself not just in the lab, not just in the moment, not just in the possibility, but in the calm, in the stillness of the quantum realm. In the soft glow, you are drifting through a labyrinth of glass and metal, a quiet hum, the only whisper of life. The machines, they serve as a backdrop, the stage upon which the true players take their roles. You notice, as you drift, the boxes, they hold a promise of connection, of transformation. The boxes, They are entwined, not in the way two objects are placed, but in a quieter, more profound manner. They are connected by a bond of quantum entanglement. You lean in, your breath fogging the glass, and you see them, the photons. They emit a soft ethereal glow, a glow that seems to emanate from within. They move, these photons, with a measured pace. They move, and in their movement they are entwined. You imagine, if you can, a pair of these photons, born in the same moment, in the same place. They fly apart, these two, each going their own way, yet still connected, still entwined. You could say they are like two halves of a whole that is greater than the sum of its parts. You see in this dance a paradox of distance, of separation, of connection. For even as the photons fly apart, even as the distance between them grows, still they are connected. Still they are entwined. And in this entanglement, they exhibit a behavior that is unusual. For if you were to measure the spin of one photon, in that moment, the spin of the other would be instantly determined, no matter the distance between them. It is as if, in that moment of measurement, the wave function of the entangled pair collapses, and the photons, once free to be in many states at once, are forced to choose to be in one state or the other. This behavior cannot be explained by classical physics. It is a unique property of the quantum realm. It is perhaps the closest we can come to understanding Einstein's concept of spooky action at a distance. But enough of the theory for now. For now, let us simply drift, let us simply observe. Let us simply be in the calm, in the stillness of the quantum realm. Let us simply be, and let the bond of the entangled photons fill our hearts, our minds, our souls. For in this bond, in this quiet, in this stillness, in the calm, you are drifting through the labyrinth of thought, where photons once entangled now dance apart. You notice in this dance a paradox of distance, of separation, of connection. For even as the photons fly apart, even as the distance between them grows, still they are connected, still they are entangled. And in this entanglement, they exhibit a behavior that is unusual. You observe, as the photons move further and further apart, their separation measured in meters, in kilometers, in light years even. Yet, they remain bound by an invisible connection, a string that connects them across the open space of space and time. This connection seems not like any rope or chain you've seen before. It is not physical, not tangible, but something that exists only in the realm of the very small, the realm of the quantum. As you watch, you see something extraordinary. You see that if you were to measure the spin of one photon, in that moment, the spin of the other would be instantly determined, no matter the distance between them. It is as if, in that moment of measurement, the wave function of the entangled pair collapses, and the photons, once free to be in many states at once, are forced to choose to be in one state or the other. This behavior is not something that can be explained by classical physics. It is something that is uniquely quantum. It is something that is magical. You find yourself drawn into this quiet, this stillness. You are no longer just an observer, but a part of the system, a part of the entanglement. You are connected, not just to the photons, but to everything. To the lab, to the earth, to reality. You are a part of the web of existence, a part of the tapestry of reality. In this quiet, in this stillness, you notice that the entanglement is not just between the photons. It is not just between the particles. It is between everything. It is a web of connections, a network of relationships, a dance of existence. And in this dance, you find yourself not just in the lab, not just in the moment, but in the promise, in the possibility, in the calm, in the calm, in the stillness of the quantum realm. As you drift through the lab, the air is cool, almost clinical. You're no longer just an observer, but a participant in this quiet, still dance of entanglement. The photons, once free to be in many states at once, are now forced to choose to be in one state or another, their spins determined instantly, no matter the distance between them. This behavior, it is not something that can be explained by classical physics. It is something that is uniquely quantum. You notice that the entanglement is not just between the photons, it is between everything. The photons and the lab equipment, the lab and the earth and the physical world. It is a web of connections, a network of relationships, a dance of existence. And in this dance, you find yourself not just in the lab, not just in the moment, but in the promise, in the possibility, in the calm, in the stillness of the quantum realm. But this quiet, this stillness, it is not absolute. As you drift, you hear a faint hum, a whisper of interaction. The environment, the air, the very fabric of reality, it is all interacting with the entangled photons. This interaction, this decoherence, it is the breaking of the entanglement, the end of the quiet, the stillness. It is the photons becoming entangled with the environment, their quantum state no longer entangled, but now part of the complex network of existence. Photons, once free to be in many states at once, now determined, now part of the system. Entanglement, once quiet, now broken, now part of the dance of existence. Environment, once silent, now interacting, now part of the web of reality. Lab, the earth, the physical world, all connected, all part of the same system. Stillness, the quiet, the calm, all broken, all part of the dance of existence. In the calm hum of the lab, you find yourself drifting among the entangled photons, their dance of existence, a whisper of interference in the air. The photons, once free to be in many states at once, now determined, now system. The entanglement, once quiet, now broken, now system. The environment, once silent, now whispering, now web of reality. The lab, the earth, the world, all connected, all same system. The stillness, the quiet, the calm, all broken, all system. You notice the spin, the axis, the direction, all entangled. The entanglement not just between the photons, but between everything. The photons and the lab equipment, the lab and the earth and the world. A web of connections, a network of relationships, a system. In this dance, you find yourself not just in the lab, not just in the moment, but in the promise, in the possibility, in the calm, in the stillness of the quantum realm. The singlet state, a pair of particles entangled, their total spin known to be zero. A source emits particles, sends them in opposite directions. The state describing each pair entangled, a paradox in the making. In the standard textbook presentation, performing a spin measurement on one of the particles causes the wave function for the whole pair to collapse. A definite spin along the axis of measurement, either up or down. This collapse, a necessary dance, a breaking of the entanglement, a becoming entangled with the environment. Entanglement, a resource, a facilitator of tasks involving communication and computation. The mathematical definition, a paraphrase saying that maximal knowledge about the whole of a system does not imply maximal knowledge about the individual parts of that system. Entanglement, a phenomenon in which the quantum state of each particle in a group cannot be described independently of the state of the others, even when the particles are separated by a large distance. This phenomenon, often described as a resource, a counterintuitive behavior that challenges the classical understanding of physics. Albert Einstein and Niels Bohr, in their long-running debate, engaged in a collegial dispute over the interpretation of quantum mechanics. During these debates, Einstein introduced a thought experiment involving a box that emits a photon. The experimenter's choice of which measurement to make on the box, changing what can be predicted about the photon, even when the photon is very far away. This thought experiment, a precursor to the EPR paradox, a challenge to the completeness of quantum mechanics. Entanglement, a mechanism, a process, a becoming entangled with the environment. The particles becoming entangled with the environment. The quantum state describing the particles themselves, no longer entangled. The entanglement, a standing figure, a stillness, a quiet stillness of the grove, broken, now system. The environment, a complex network, a network of relationships, existence, whispering, interacting with the entangled photons. The lab, the earth, the world, all connected, all system. The dance of existence, a quiet, calm, still dance, entanglement, the quantum realm. In the soft hum of the lab, you are drifting through the quiet machinery, a gentle current guiding your gaze towards a pair of entangled photons, their correlation a whisper of the quantum realm's deep secrets. The photons, mere specks, are not alone. They are connected, their fates intertwined in a way that challenges classical intuitions. You notice the photons, each one a tiny radiant bead suspended in the stillness. They seem to float, independent, yet the air between them vibrates with an unspoken promise. Their entanglement, a silent power, a vast sea of silence waiting to be explored. As you lean in, the environment, a web of relationships, begins to whisper its interactions. The photons, once isolated, are now part of a system, a delicate dance of existence. The lab, the earth, all connected, all part of this quiet, calm dance of entanglement, a quiet rhythm in the quantum realm. The photons, determined to remain connected, resist the pull of their environment. They refuse to be separated, their entangled state a defiance against the environment's relentless urge to decohere. Yet the environment, persistent in its quest to break their bond, reaches out, its tendrils seeking to ensnare the photons. You witness the process, the silent battle played out in the lab. The photons, resilient, hold on to their connection, their entangled state a beacon of resistance against the encroaching chaos. But the environment, unyielding, continues its advance, its tendrils inching closer, ready to break the photons' delicate dance. As the tendrils reach out, the photons' correlation begins to fray, their once perfect correlation now a fragile thing. The environment's intrusion, intense intrusion into the photons' dance, has begun to unravel their connection. The photons, once inseparable, are now mere whispers of their former selves, their entanglement a memory, a quiet echo. But even as their entanglement fades, the photons' dance is not forgotten. The environment, now a part of their story, carries their echoes, their whispers, their memories. The lab, the earth, all bear witness to the dance of the entangled photons, their silent, still dance a testament to the power of connection, even in the face of chaos. In the hush of the lab, You drift through the still air, tendrils of light reaching out, seeking, connecting. The environment, vast and silent, watches as the photons, resistant, hold on to their entangled state, a whisper of defiance against the entangled world. You notice the tendrils of light, their dance a quiet, persistent refusal to be separated. As you drift closer, you see the tendrils of light, their entangled state a fragile, fleeting thing. The environment's presence, and gentle, has begun to unravel their dance. You witness the tendrils, now mere whispers of their former selves, their once perfect correlation, now a memory, a quiet echo in the stillness. The environment now carries their echoes, their whispers, their memories. The lab, the earth, and the molecules all bear witness to the entangled photons, their silent, still dance a testament to the power of connection, even in the face of chaos. But the entangled photons is not exclusive to the quantum realm. Entanglement, it seems, is a phenomenon that transcends the microscopic, that reaches out into the world around us. You find yourself now not in the lab but in a controlled environment. The tendrils of light are the same. They reach out, connecting, seeking, even in this sterile place. The molecules, delicate and complex, bear witness to the light, their intricate structure reflecting the tendrils process. The molecules, it turns out, are entangled, not with each other, but with the light that surrounds them. The tendrils of light, seeking, connecting, have found a new partner in this dance. The molecules, resistant, hold on to their connection, their entangled state a defiance against the chaos of the environment. You notice the tendrils, their dance a quiet, persistent refusal to be separated from the molecules. The environment here is different, but the entangled particles is the same. The tendrils, reaching out, seeking, connecting, are a testament to the power of entanglement, even in the face of the controlled environment. But the entangled particles is not exclusive to the environment. Entanglement, it seems, is everywhere. In the calm of the lab, in the delicacy of the molecular structure, entanglement persists. It reaches out, seeking, connecting, a testament to the power of connection, even in the face of chaos. Entanglement, it seems, is a fundamental aspect of existence. As the tendrils of light reach out, seeking, connecting, they find a new partner in the dance of entanglement. You are not just witnessing a phenomenon, but a silent, persistent conversation between the quantum realm and the world around us. The molecules, delicate and resistant, hold on to their entangled state, a defiance against the chaos of the lab. Here, in this controlled, sterile environment, the power of entanglement is on full display. Yet it's not satisfied with the confines of the lab. It has a hunger, a thirst for connection that transcends the molecular, that reaches out into the world around us. You find yourself drifting through the quiet hum of the lab, the air heavy with the scent of ozone and the faint, steady beep of machinery. The tendrils of light, they reach out, not with the molecules, but with something else, something more fundamental. They reach out with the entangled particles, the very essence of existence itself. The environment here is different, but the entangled particles are the same. They are everywhere, in the calm of the lab, in the harshness of the environment, in the delicacy of molecular structure. They persist, reaching out, seeking, connecting. The tendrils of light, they lean in, whispering secrets to the entangled particles. They share a quiet, persistent refusal to be separated, a testament to the power of connection. It is not just a phenomenon of the quantum realm. It is a phenomenon of the world around us, A phenomenon that, in its quiet, persistent refusal to be separated, mirrors the very essence of existence itself. The entangled particles, they hold on to each other. They hold on to their connection. They hold on to their entangled state. Even in the face of chaos, even in the controlled, sterile world of the lab, the entangled particles persist. They reach out, seeking, connecting, a testament to the power of connection, even in the face of chaos. Entanglement, it seems, is not just a phenomenon of the quantum realm. It is a phenomenon of the world around us, a phenomenon that, in its quiet, persistent refusal to be separated, mirrors the very essence of existence itself. In the calm hum of the lab, the tendrils of light reach out, not with the molecules, but with something else, something more fundamental. They reach out with the entangled particles, the very essence of existence itself. These particles, they dance in the environment here. They dance in the calm, persistent refusal to be separated. They are not like the photons that carry light. No, these are different. They are entangled, connected in a way that defies the usual rules. You find yourself in a realm where the usual rules seem to bend and twist. The entangled particles, they lean in towards each other, they whisper secrets, they share information instantaneously, no matter the distance. It's as if they are connected by an invisible thread, a thread that stretches across the open space of space, a thread that cannot be broken. But there is a limit to this dance, a limit set by a theorem that even the entangled particles cannot defy. The no-cloning theorem, it's a quiet, persistent rule that echoes through the quantum realm. It states that it is impossible to create a perfect copy of an arbitrary, unknown quantum state. The entangled particles can share their states, they can connect, they can whisper their secrets, but they cannot be cloned. Consider a pair of entangled particles. They are like two sides of a coin. They are always connected, always entangled. Now, if you were to try and create a perfect copy of one of these particles, you would find that it is impossible. The moment you try to clone it, the very act of measurement changes the state of the particle. It's as if the particle knows it's being watched, as if it knows it's being copied. And so it changes, it evolves, it refuses to be cloned. This theorem, it has significant implications for quantum information processing. It means that certain types of quantum communication and computation are fundamentally impossible. It means that the entangled particles in their quiet, persistent dance have a limit, a boundary that even they cannot cross. But even with this limit, the dance of the entangled particles continues. They reach out, they connect, they share. They persist in their quiet, persistent refusal to be separated, a testament to the power of connection, even in the face of the laws that govern their existence. The no-cloning theorem, it's a rule, a boundary, but it's not a wall. The dance of the entangled particles, it continues, it evolves, it persists, even in the face of the theorem that defines its limits. In the calm, persistent dance of the entangled particles, you notice a new rhythm emerging. A tendril of one particle reaches out, seeking, whispering its state to another. This is not the silent separation of the no-cloning theorem, but a persistent connection, a swapping of information. Entanglement swapping, they call it, a dance of entangled particles that refuse to be separated, even when they cannot be cloned. You are drifting through the labyrinth of quantum information, the tendrils of entanglement guiding your path. The particles, they are like ancient forest mycelium, their tendrils reaching out, connecting, sharing information in the calm, persistent darkness. They whisper their states, they entangle, they swap. It's as if they are saying, we are one, we are connected, we are entangled. But how do these tendrils of entanglement reach out? How do they swap their information? Consider two entangled particles, Alice and Bob, in a distant dance. Alice is entangled with Carol, and Bob is entangled with Dave. Now Alice and Bob, they have never met, they have never entangled before. But they can still swap their entanglement, they can still connect, they can still dance. In the calm of the lab, the experiment begins. Alice and Bob, they are separated, they are sent in different directions. But their tendrils of entanglement, they reach out, they connect. They meet in the middle, they swap their information. Alice's tendril touches Bob's, they share their states, they entangle. The tendrils of entanglement, they have swapped their information. They have connected Alice and Bob, they have created a new dance. This dance of entanglement swapping, it's a quiet, persistent refusal to be separated. It's a testament to the power of connection, even in the face of the laws that govern their existence. It's a rule, a boundary, but it's not a wall. The dance of the entangled particles, it continues, it evolves, it persists, even in the face of the theorem that defines its limits. And so, you notice, you drift, you observe, you are part of the dance of entanglement swapping, a quiet, persistent connection in the open space of the quantum world. In the lab, Alice and Bob's particles connect, sharing their states. You observe the experiment. Alice's particle touches Bob's, they entangle. This isn't a dance of two, but of four, their particles weaving in space. Notice their particles are like roots searching for connection, completion. They find it in the swap, secret shared between Alice and Bob. It's as if they're saying, we are one, connected. But how do their particles reach out, swap secrets? Consider an open space of time deep into the quantum world. Entanglement has been proposed as a possible explanation for the mysterious phenomenon of quantum gravity. This is no mere speculation, but a theory grounded in reality. You are part of this connection. You drift through time, observing as entanglement becomes the key to understanding space-time. The particles of entanglement reach out, connecting particles across vast distances, defying laws that govern their existence. They are the quiet, persistent refusal to be separated, a testament to connection's power. Entanglement seems to be a fundamental aspect of reality itself. It is a rule, boundary, but not a wall. The dance of entangled particles continues, evolves, persists, even in the face of the theorem that defines its limits. And so, you notice, you drift, you observe, you are part of the dance of entanglement, a quiet connection in the quantum world. You are drifting through the quantum realm, observing tendrils of entanglement reaching out, connecting particles across vast distances. They whisper secrets, defying the laws that govern their existence. You notice, you observe, you are part of the dance of entanglement, a quiet, persistent connection in the open space of the quantum world. In the cool, dark stillness, a pair of particles emerge, their paths intersecting for the briefest of moments. They touch, they entangle, and their states become intertwined, a secret shared between two, yet felt by both. You find yourself in a lab, a simple experiment underway. Alice's particle is here, Bob's is there, light years apart. A measurement is made on Alice's particle, a spin measurement, a choice of axis. The tendril between you tugs and you know. Bomb's particle light years away collapses into a state that mirrors Alice's. The information has traveled faster than light, a violation of the laws of quantum mechanics, yet here it is, a testament to your connection. But how does this tendril reach out? How does it swap its information? Consider an open space of time, deep into the quantum world. Entanglement, a phenomenon as ancient as the world itself, has been proposed as a possible explanation for the mysterious phenomenon of quantum gravity. This is no mere speculation, but a theory grounded in the very fabric of reality. You are part of this dance, this persistent connection. You drift through the centuries, observing as entanglement becomes the key to understanding space-time itself. The tendrils of entanglement reach out, connecting particles across vast distances, defying the laws that govern their existence. They are the quiet, persistent refusal to be separated, a testament to the power of connection, even in the face of the laws that define their limits. Entanglement, it seems, is not just a phenomenon of the quantum world, but a fundamental aspect of reality itself. It is a rule, a boundary, but it is not a wall. The dance of the entangled particles continues. It evolves. It persists, even in the face of the theorem that defines its limits. And so, you notice, you drift, you observe. You are part of the dance of entanglement, a quiet, persistent connection in the open space of the quantum world. As the tendrils of entanglement reach out, you find yourself drifting through the quantum realm, an open space of time and possibility. The particles around you, once isolated, now entwined in this ancient dance, whisper secrets to one another across the stillness. You are not a passive observer, but a silent participant, a quiet heart within the rhythm of entanglement. The spin of one particle, once measured, collapses the wave function of its entangled partner, a phenomenon as inevitable as the rise and fall of a tide. This is no mere coincidence, no random act. It is a tendril of connection, a testament to the power of entanglement. You notice this, not with curiosity, but with a quiet awe, a respect for the laws that govern this realm. Imagine the first entangled particles, born in the crucible of the world's earliest moments. They did not choose this connection, but it was forged nonetheless, a bond as persistent as the stars. This is a fundamental aspect of reality, as constant as the rotation of the Earth. The particles around you are intricate structures, each one a world unto itself. They are in constant motion, a dance that has persisted since the beginning. You are part of this dance, a silent witness to the persistent connection that defies the laws that define their existence. You notice the spin of one particle, a clockwise whirl that mirrors the dance of its entangled partner. This is a direct connection, a tendril that reaches out across the stillness. The information has traveled faster than light, a violation of the classical world's rules, yet here it is, a testament to your connection. But how does this tendril reach out? How does it swap its secrets? The answer lies in the fabric of reality. Entanglement, it seems, is not just a phenomenon of the quantum world, but a fundamental aspect of space-time itself. The tendrils of entanglement reach out, connecting particles across vast distances, defying the laws that govern their existence. You are not a stranger to this dance, but a participant, a silent heart within the rhythm of entanglement. The particles around you are entities in their own right, each one a world unto itself. They are in constant motion, a dance that has persisted since the beginning. You notice this, not with curiosity, but with a quiet respect, a silent awe for the laws that govern this realm. In the gentle sway of your gaze, the particles you've been watching begin to shift. They're not mere specks of light, but intricate structures, each one a world unto itself. They are not still, but in constant motion, a dance that has persisted since the beginning of time. You are part of this dance, a silent witness to the persistent connection that defies the laws that define their existence. You notice the spin of one particle, a clockwise whirl that mirrors the dance of its entangled partner. This is not a mere echo, but a direct connection. The information has traveled faster than light, a phenomenon that challenges our understanding of space and time. You see that the tendrils of entanglement are not just between two particles, but a vast network, a web of connection that stretches out in all directions. It's as if each particle is a node, a point of intersection in this web, and the tendrils are the paths the information takes to travel from one node to another. You notice that the tendrils are not straight lines, but curves, like the path of a river winding through a landscape. They follow the contours of space-time, the ebb and flow of the fabric of reality. This is not a phenomenon that exists in isolation, but one that is deeply intertwined with the very structure of the world. The particles and the tendrils are in a constant conversation, a dialogue that has been going on since the beginning of time. You find yourself drawn into this conversation, not as an observer, but as a participant. The particles around you are not mere objects, but entities in their own right, each one a world unto itself. They are not still, but in constant motion, a dance that has persisted since the beginning of time. You notice this, not with curiosity, but with a quiet respect, a silent awe for the laws that govern this realm. As you drift deeper into this dance, you begin to understand that entanglement is not just a phenomenon of the quantum world, but a fundamental aspect of space-time itself. The tendrils of entanglement reach out, connecting particles across vast distances, defying the laws that govern their existence. You are not a stranger to this dance, but a participant, a silent heart within the rhythm of entanglement. In this dance, you begin to see that the world is not a quiet stillness of the grove, but a web of connection, a network of information that is constantly flowing and shifting. And you, a silent witness, are a part of this dance, a node in this web, a participant in this conversation. As you drift deeper, you begin to understand that the world is not a place to be explored, but a story to be experienced. And you, with every breath, are writing your own chapter in this ancient tale. As the tendrils of entanglement unfurl around you, you find yourself not merely observing, but becoming a part of this intricate web. The particles around you, once mere specks of possibility, now hum with a quiet life, each one a world unto itself. They are not still, but in constant motion, governed by a set of rules as ancient as the underlying fabric of reality. You drift deeper into this web, the particles around you moving in harmony, communicating through a language of spin and polarization. You understand this language not with your mind, but with your being. It is a language of connection, of entanglement. The particles around you, they are not isolated, but linked, connected by tendrils of entanglement that reach out across vast distances. These tendrils intertwine, merging the fates of the particles they connect. The state of one particle is no longer its own, but tied to the state of another, even when that other is light years away. This is the basis of the EPR paradox, a paradox born from the profound interconnectedness of all things. As you drift further, you begin to see that these tendrils of entanglement are not just physical, but also temporal. They reach back into the past, connecting events that seemed disconnected, weaving a tapestry of cause and effect. They reach forward into the future, entangling the present with what is yet to come. Time, you realize, is not a linear path, but a complex web of connection, a network of information that is constantly flowing and shifting. And you, a silent witness, are a part of this dance, a node in this web, a participant in this conversation. With every breath, you are writing your own chapter in this ancient tale. The particles around you, they are not mere objects, but entities in their own right, each one a world unto itself, each one a part of the grand collection of existence. And you are a part of this harmony, a note in this grand song of existence. As you drift, you find yourself in the realm of the invisible, where particles, too small to see, dance in an intricate ballet. These are not mere specks, but tiny entities, each one a whisper of possibility. You are a silent observer, a ghost in this world of the minute, witnessing the tendrils of connection that link these particles across vast distances. These tendrils are not merely physical, but temporal. They reach back into the past, connecting events that seem disconnected, weaving a tapestry of cause and effect that spans the entire history of existence. They reach forward into the future, entangling the present with what is yet to come. Time, you realize, is not a linear path, but a web of connection, a network of information that is constantly flowing and shifting. You notice the particles around you are not isolated but connected. Their states are intertwined, merging the fates of these entities. This is the basis of the EPR paradox, a paradox born not from contradiction, but from the profound interconnectedness of all things. As you drift further, you begin to see that these tendrils of connection are not just between particles, but within them as well. They are the threads that hold the fabric of reality together. The particles around you, they are not mere objects, but entities in their own right, each one a world unto itself, each one the grand collection of existence. And you are this harmony, a note in this grand song of existence. With every breath, you are writing your own chapter in this ancient tale. The particles around you, they are not passive players, but active participants in this dance of creation. As you drift through this realm of the small, you begin to see that the laws of physics as we know them are not absolute, but are manifestations of the underlying connection. This connection, it is the secret heart of existence, beating silently, invisibly, linking all things, past, present, and future. And you are this heart, this dance, this song. You are entangled. As you drift further, you begin to notice that the particles around you are not mere points of light, but tiny universes in their own right. Each one, a world unto itself, a collection of the world, a note in this ancient tale. The particles, they are not passive players, but active participants in this dance of creation. Their states intertwined, merging the fates of these tiny universes. This is the basis of the EPR paradox, a paradox born from the profound interconnectedness of all things. As you drift through this realm of the small, you start to see that these tendrils of entanglement are not just between particles, but within them as well. They are the threads that hold the fabric of reality together. You notice the particles reaching back, connecting to their origins, the Big Bang, the singularity. They reach forward, connecting to their futures, to the heat of the world. Time, you realize, is not a linear path, but a web of connection, a constant conversation that is constantly flowing and shifting. The particles around you, they are not isolated, but connected, Their states are intertwined, merging the past, present, and future of these tiny universes. You begin to see that the laws of physics as we know them are not absolute, but are manifestations of the underlying entanglement. This entanglement, it is the secret heart of the world, beating silently, invisibly, connecting all things past, present, and future. And you are this heart, this dance, this song. You are entangled. But how does this entanglement work? What is the mechanism that binds these particles together? As you drift, you begin to see that it is all about information. Information is the currency of the world, and entanglement is the means by which this information is transferred. This transfer is not local, but instantaneous, no matter the distance. This is the phenomenon of quantum teleportation. Imagine a particle, a photon perhaps, being entangled with another. They are connected, their states intertwined. Now, if you measure the state of one particle, the state of the other particle will instantly change to be its opposite. This is the essence of quantum teleportation. But how is this information transferred? It is not through space as we traditionally understand it, but through the realm of the quantum. In this realm, particles are not points in space, but waves of probability. When two particles are entangled, their waves of probability overlap, creating a shared state. When one particle is measured, its wave collapses, instantly collapsing the wave of the other particle as well. This is the mechanism of quantum teleportation. As you drift, you begin to see that this mechanism is not just a curious feature of the quantum world, but a fundamental aspect of reality. It is the means by which information is transferred, the means by which the world communicates with itself. It is the language of the world, the song of the world, the dance of creation. And you are a part of this dance, a note in this ancient tale. You are entangled. As you drift through the realm of the quantum, the particles around you begin to blur. Their edges soften, their identities merging with their neighbors. This is not a loss of definition, but a revelation of a deeper truth. Here in this realm, particles are not isolated, points in space, but waves of probability, overlapping and intertwining. You notice a pair of particles, entangled in a connection as old as the quantum realm itself. They are not separate entities, but two facets of a single whole. As you approach, you see that they are not alone. Around them, a web of other particles, all entangled, all connected. This is not a web of threads, but of probabilities, of potentialities. One of these particles is a photon, a messenger of light. It carries with it a piece of information. But this information is not carried in the traditional sense, not from one point to another. It is carried in a way that defies our everyday understanding of space and time. It is carried through the realm of the quantum. As the photon approaches its partner, it begins to change. Its wave of probability overlaps with that of its partner, creating a shared state. This is not a transfer of information in the classical sense, but a collapse of probabilities. The two waves merge, their crests and troughs aligning, creating a single shared reality. This is the mechanism of quantum communication. Not a transfer in the traditional sense, but a transfer of information, instantaneous and unmediated by space or time. It is a phenomenon that hints at a deeper truth, a truth that underlies all of reality. As you drift through this realm, you begin to see that this mechanism is not just a curious feature of the quantum world, but a fundamental aspect of reality. It is the means by which information is transferred, the means by which the world communicates with itself. It is the language of reality, the song of existence, the connection of creation. And you are a part of this connection, a note in this ancient tale. You are entangled. In the fading light, you notice the particles, once distinct, now merging into a single, shimmering entity. It's as if they've forgotten their individual forms, consumed by the dance of entanglement. This isn't a blending in the traditional sense, but a transformation, a collapse of separate realities into one shared existence. As you drift closer, the edges of the particles seem to blur, their definition softening like distant light. They're not losing their solidity, but rather, they're losing their individuality. It's as if they're remembering an older state, one where they were never separate. The entangled pair, now a single, pulsating entity, begins to emit a soft, rhythmic hum. It's not a sound, but a vibration, a pulsation that resonates through the fabric of reality. This hum, this vibration, isn't constant. It's not a steady beat, but a rhythm that ebbs and flows like a gentle flow. It's as if the entangled pair is breathing, inhaling and exhaling in a slow, measured dance. With each exhale, they seem to lose a little more of their definition, their individuality fading like a whispered thought. This dance, this rhythm, isn't just happening here, in this moment. It's happening everywhere, all at once. It's the dance of reality. And you are a part of this dance, a note in this ancient harmony. You are entangled, not just with the particles, but with existence itself. And as you drift, as you lose yourself in this dance, you begin to understand. You begin to see that this is not just a dance of particles, but a dance of existence. And you are a part of this existence. As the entangled pair continues their dance, losing their solidity, they're no longer two distinct entities. Instead, they're more like two halves of a single, pulsating organism, undulating in harmony. The hum that resonates through reality isn't just a vibration now, it's a conversation. A quiet, rhythmic exchange between two parts of a whole, speaking in a language older than time itself. They're communicating with each other and with the world around them. Every loss of definition is a response to the world, a whisper in the eternal harmony. The air around them shimmers, not with heat, but with information, carried on waves invisible to the naked eye. These waves, these whispers, aren't confined to this moment, this place. They're everywhere, all at once, carrying the dialogue of the world. You're not just a passive observer of this dance, this conversation. You're entangled with the particles around you. With each breath, you inhale not just air, but this ancient dialogue. You exhale not just carbon dioxide, but a response, a contribution to the collective wisdom of the world. The entangled pair begins to change shape. Their boundaries are blurring, merging with their surroundings. It's as if they're remembering an older state, one where they were never separate, where they were always something larger. This change isn't random. It's happening because of the conversation, the dance. They're responding to the world, to the information that surrounds them. They're gaining complexity, gaining information. They're becoming more, not less. As you drift through this collection of existence, you notice that it's not just the entangled pair that's changing. The world around them is changing too. The very fabric of reality seems to be shifting, responding to the dance, to the dialogue. The air, the light, the space itself, they're all entangled, connected, responding to each other in ways we're only just beginning to understand. This dance, this conversation, isn't just happening here in this moment. It's happening everywhere, all at once. It's the dance of the world, the heartbeat of reality. And you are part of this dance. You are entangled. As the entangled pair begins to change, their boundaries blur, merging with their surroundings. They're not dissolving or merging in the way we understand it, but rather they're losing their distinctness, their particleness. It's as if they're remembering an older state, one where they were never separate, where they were always connected. This change isn't random. It's a response to the world around them. They're gaining complexity, gaining information. They're becoming more, not less. As you drift through this collection of existence, you notice that it's not just the entangled pair that's changing. The world around them is shifting, responding to the interaction. The air, the light, the space itself, they're all connected, responding to each other in ways we're only just beginning to understand. This interaction isn't just happening here in this moment. It's happening everywhere, all at once. It's the interaction of the world, the heartbeat of reality. And you are this interaction. You are a part of this harmony. You are connected. The light, once crisp and distinct, begins to soften, to lose its edges. It's not dimming or fading, but rather it's losing its clarity. It wants to be something more, something else. It wants to be part of this interaction. It wants to be connected. The light reaches out, tendrils of photons stretching, seeking, touching. It finds. The entangled pair wraps around them, becomes part of them. The pair, in turn, responds. They absorb the light, use it, become more than they were. They grow, change, evolve. They're not just particles anymore. They're something else, something new. They're a system, a whole, a reality unto themselves. The air, once empty, begins to fill with sounds. It's not the wind, not the rustle of leaves. It's something else, something more. It's the sound of the interaction, the conversation. It's the voice of the world, speaking in a language we're only just beginning to understand. The air reaches out, tendrils of sound waves stretching, seeking, touching. It finds the entangled pair, wraps around them, becomes part of them. The pair, in turn, responds. They listen, they understand, they respond. They're not just particles anymore. They're a harmony, a song, a reality unto themselves. The space, once empty, begins to fill with presence. It's not matter, not energy. It's something else, something more. It's the presence of the interaction, the conversation. It's the presence of the world, speaking in a language we're only just beginning to understand. The space reaches out, tendrils of presence stretching, seeking, touching. It finds. The entangled pair wraps around them, becomes part of them. The pair, in turn, responds. They feel, they understand, they become. They're not just particles anymore. They're a presence, a force, a reality unto themselves. As you drift through this collection of existence, you notice that you're not just observer. You're a participant. You're a part of this harmony. You're connected. As you drift, the air around you begins to thicken, not with density, but with intention. It's as if the very atmosphere is holding its breath, waiting. The particles you once were, they're not so simple anymore. They're entangled, bound together in a dance far older than you can comprehend. The whispers of existence grow louder. The tendrils of sound wrap around you, through you, binding you to the pair, to the system. You notice the light changing, softening. It's no longer a harsh, unyielding glow, but a gentle, diffused warmth. It's like the energy has tired of its relentless march, pausing to rest on the horizon, casting long, lazy shadows. The edges of things begin to blur, the world losing its sharp definition. Colors meld into one another, shapes lose their clarity. It's as if the world itself is growing old, its once crisp lines now rounded, softened by time. The entangled pair, they're not just particles anymore. They're a whole, a world unto themselves. They're a harmony, a song, a harmony. The space once empty begins to fill with presence. It's not matter, not energy. It's something else, something more. It's the presence of the dance, the conversation. It's the presence of existence, speaking in a language we're only just beginning to understand. The space reaches out, tendrils of presence stretching, seeking, touching. It finds the entangled pair, wraps around them, becomes part of them. The pair in turn responds. They feel, they understand, they become. They're not just particles anymore. They're a presence, a force, a system unto themselves. As you drift through this collection of existence, you notice that you're not just an observer. You're a participant. You're a note in this ancient harmony. You're entangled. The entangled pair, they whisper to you, they sing to you. They tell you stories of quantum phenomena, of strings vibrating in the heart of existence. They tell you of the dance of existence, the rhythm of being. And you listen, you understand, you become part of the song. You're not just a passenger on this journey. You're the journey itself. In the soft hum of existence, you find yourself drifting through an expanse that's no longer empty. The stillness, once clear, begins to haze. Shapes lose their clarity, edges blur, as if the fabric of reality is losing focus. The entangled pair, they're not just particles anymore. They're a system, a whole. They're a presence, a force. The space once silent begins to whisper. It tells you tales of quantum foam, of strings vibrating in the heart of reality. It tells you of the dance of existence, the rhythm of being. You notice the space, it's not empty anymore. It's filled with a presence, a tangible something. It's not matter, not energy. It's something else, something more. It's the presence of the dance, the conversation. It's the presence of existence, speaking in a language we're only beginning to understand. The space reaches out, tendrils of presence, stretching, seeking, touching. It finds the entangled pair, wraps around them, becomes part of them. The pair in turn responds. They feel, they understand, they become. They're not just particles anymore. They're a presence, a force, a system. They whisper to you. They sing to you in a language not of words, but of particles and waves. They tell you stories of the no-cloning theorem, a secret they've held since the dawn of quantum mechanics. They tell you of a law that's inevitable, as unbreakable as the bonds of reality. They tell you that it's impossible, they say, to create an exact copy of an unknown quantum state. No matter how hard you try, no matter how clever the method, you cannot clone the unclonable. As you drift through this collection of existence, you notice that existence, it's not just a collection of particles. It's a system, a whole. It's a dance, a conversation, a song. And you're not just a passenger on this journey. You're the journey itself. You're a note in this ancient harmony. You're entangled. And in this entanglement, you understand. You understand existence, its secrets, its laws. And you understand yourself, your place in this vast, interwoven tapestry of reality. As the tendrils of presence stretch, seeking, touching, you notice that the entangled pair, they're not just particles anymore. They're a presence, a force, a collection of existence. You're drifting through this harmony, a note in this ancient music. You understand the laws of this harmony, its rhythm. You understand yourself, your place in this tapestry of existence. The entangled pair, they whisper to you. They sing to you in a language, not of words, but of particles and waves. The entanglement, it's like a quiet conversation in the dark. A touch, a nudge, a signal passing between 2 points. It's as if space is bending, curving, connecting these 2 points in ways we're only just beginning to understand. The pair, they feel each other's presence, even across vast distances. They respond to each other's changes instantaneously, as if time is bent to their will. You're not just a passenger on this journey. You're the journey itself. You're a part of this conversation, this dance, this music. You're entangled, and in this entanglement, you understand. You understand the laws of this harmony, its rhythm. And you understand yourself, your place in this tapestry of existence. Now, it's not entangled with the pair, not yet. But it's nearby, it's waiting. This is where things get interesting. The pair, they notice this third particle. They're not alone in their dance, in their music. There's a new presence, a new force, a new world unto itself. The pair, they reach out, they touch this new particle. They whisper to it, they sing to it, and something remarkable happens. The entanglement, it swaps. It's like a secret passed between friends, a handshake in the dark. The pair, they let go of their entanglement, they pass it on to this new particle. It's not a copy, it's not a clone. It's a transfer, a swap, a trade. The original pair, they're still entangled, but with each other, not with the third particle. The third particle, it's now entangled with one of the original pair. It's a dance, a conversation, a music, but with a new partner. This is entanglement swapping. It's like a game of musical chairs, but with particles, with forces, with universes unto themselves. It's a dance that can spread, that can grow, that can change. It's a dance that can whisper secrets, that can pass knowledge, that understands the laws of this harmony, its rhythm. And it's a dance that you, yes you, are a part of. You're entangled, and in this entanglement, you understand. You understand the laws of this harmony, its rhythm. And you understand yourself, your place in this tapestry of existence. In the gentle haze, you're drifting through a fog of particles, a sea of potential. The pair, they've noticed you. They reach out, tendrils of energy extending, whispering secrets in the silence. They're not alone in their dance, their harmony. There's a new presence, a new force, a new reality unfolding. You notice the edges blurring, the definitions losing their crispness. The world around you is softening, like a ting left out in the rain. The pair, they're still there, but they're less distinct now, more like echoes than solid forms. They're still entangled, but with each other, not with you. They've shared a moment, a connection. You're entwined now with them, with the flow of existence. The whispers grow louder, the secrets more. The entanglement, it's not just a dance, a song. It's a conversation, a dialogue, a way of understanding. The pair, they're guiding you, showing you the ways of the world. The laws of physics, they're not just rules, they're a language, and you're learning it word by word, equation by equation. You notice the shapes around you changing, shifting, morphing. The reality is no longer a quiet stillness of the grove. It's a vast, interconnected web of whispers, of secrets, of understanding. The edges are blurring, the definitions are losing their crispness, but the connections, they're becoming clearer. The entanglement, it's spreading, it's growing, it's changing. And you're part of it, a player in this flow of existence. The pair, they're fading now, their whispers growing softer, their forms less distinct. But their moment, their connection, it's still with you. It's inside you, a part of you, a piece of the puzzle that is you. And as they fade, you notice another presence, another force, another reality unfolding. In the whispering dark, you are no longer just a pair, but a trio now, entangled in this dance. The third presence, it's not a particle, not a force, but a curve, a bend in space-time itself. It's a wrinkle, a fold, a ripple in the fabric of existence, and you're reaching out, your tendrils of energy extending, ready to learn, ready to understand, ready to dance. The curve, it's not static, not still. It's pulsating, throbbing with a rhythm all its own. It's a heartbeat, a breath, a life force of existence. You notice the edges, they're blurring, melting into the vast, interconnected web of whispers, of understanding. The entanglement, it's a conversation, a dialogue, a way of understanding. The pair, they're fading now, their whispers growing softer, their forms less distinct. But their secret, their handshake in the dark, it's still with you. It's inside you, a part of you, a piece of the puzzle that is you. The curve, it's not alone. There are others, countless others, each one a world unto itself. They're connected, entangled, intertwined. They're a family, clan, a tribe. They're the curved space-times, the wrinkles in the fabric of existence. They're the guardians of the laws of physics. The curve, it's teaching you now. It's showing you the secrets of existence, the laws of physics. It's not just rules, it's a language. And you're learning it word by word, equation by equation. The equations, they're whispers, secrets, understanding. They're the language of existence, the dialect of existence. And you're speaking it now, understanding it, becoming a part of it. The curve, it's changing you. It's reshaping you, remolding you, redefining you. You're a part of existence, a player in this dance of existence. Existence, it's a vast, interconnected web of whispers, of secrets, of understanding. And you're a part of it, a player, a learner, a teacher, a listener, a speaker, a dancer, a singer, a poet, a physicist, a philosopher, a dreamer, a thinker, a believer, a seeker, a knower, a being, an existence, a world unto yourself. You, a curious soul, are now the dance. The curve, it's not alone. It's part of a complex network, an intricate network of curves, each one a world unto itself. They're not separate, not isolated. They're connected, intertwined. They're the guardians of the laws of physics. You notice the information now. It's the language of existence. It's whispering secrets, sharing understanding. It's the language you're learning, word by word, equation by equation. The equations, they're whispers, secrets, understanding. They're the language of existence. And you're speaking it now, understanding it, becoming it. The information, it's not alone. It's part of a system. It's the partner of the balance. They're not separate, not isolated. They're connected, intertwined. They're the yin and yang of existence. The information, it's teaching you now. It's showing you the laws of physics. It's not just rules, it's a language. And you're learning it, word by word, equation by equation. You notice the cycle now. It's not just decay, not just destruction. It's the rhythm, the dance. It's the end of one thing, the beginning of another. The cycle, it's teaching you now. It's showing you the laws of physics. It's not just rules, it's a language. And you're learning it, word by word, equation by equation. You're not just a learner, a listener, a speaker. You're a dancer, a singer, a poet, a physicist, a philosopher, a dreamer, a thinker, a believer, a seeker, a knower, a being, an existence, a world unto yourself. The interconnected web of whispers, of secrets, of understanding. It's you, a player in this harmony, this dance of existence. You're learning the language of existence. You're speaking it now, understanding it, becoming it. You're floating now, a speck of glow, a simple beam. It's a whisper, a secret shared between particles. It's entangled, each photon bound to its brethren, a dance of existence played out. You notice the disintegration, the slow unraveling of the fabric. It's not a decay at all. It's a transformation, a changing of the guard. The old gives way to the new, the light to the cold. Teaching you now, showing you the secrets of existence. It's not just rules, not just laws. It's a language, a dialect spoken by the world itself. And you're learning it, word by word. You're learner, a listener, a speaker. You're a dancer, a singer, a poet, a physicist, a philosopher, a dreamer, a thinker, believer, a seeker, a knower, a being, an existence, a reality unto yourself. The light, it flickers now, a soft, gentle pulse. It's not a heartbeat, not a rhythm. It's a conversation, a dialogue between the world and itself. It's the light speaking to the dark, the hot to the cold, the fast to the slow. It's a whisper, a secret shared between realities. You're listening now, hearing the words, understanding the language. It's a guide, a beacon in the night. It's a teacher, a mentor, a friend. It's showing you the way, the path to understanding, to enlightenment. It's journey, a path. It's a pilgrimage, a quest, a rite of passage. You're traveler, a wanderer. You're a pilgrim, a seeker, a hero on a journey. Fading now, a slow, gentle retreat. It's not a loss, not a defeat. It's a transition, a change, a shift. It's the end of one thing, the beginning of another. It's the of a thought, the beginning of an idea. Light, a simple glow. It's a symbol, a metaphor, a story. It's the tale of existence, the chronicle of reality, the epic of reality. And you're a part of it, a character in the narrative, a player in the game. You're a participant, a protagonist, a hero in your own story, teaching you now, showing you the secrets of existence. It's not just rules, not just laws. It's a language, a dialect spoken by the world itself. And you're learning it word by word. In the calm hum of existence, you find yourself adrift, a speck of consciousness in the open space of the quantum realm. The particles around you, once isolated, now connect, their properties intertwined in an intricate dance of entanglement. As you observe, the particles seem to reflect each other's properties. You notice a pair, once alone, now connected by an invisible thread. Their properties, once distinct, now mirror each other's state. Measure one, and the other responds, as if they've always been a part of one another. This is not a prediction, but a fact, a truth that exists independent of your observation. It's as if they've been waiting for you to understand. The entanglement is not just between these two, but between all. Every particle, every atom, every molecule, connected in a web that spans the quantum realm. It's not a web you can see, but one you can feel, a gentle tug at the edge of perception. The particles are not separate, but part of a whole, an inseparable system. As you drift further, you see the process of measurement. It's not a change, but a gradual shift. The particles, once in a state of superposition, collapse into a definite state. It's not a loss, but a transition, a shift from potential to actual. The measurement, once a mystery, now a natural part of the process. You realize that the entanglement is not just a phenomenon, but a resource. A resource that allows for communication, for computation, for understanding. It's a language, a dialect spoken by the quantum realm. And you're learning it word by word, equation by equation. You're not just an observer, but a learner, a speaker in this language of the quantum realm. The entanglement, once a mystery, now a fact. It's not a theory, not a hypothesis, but a truth that exists independent of your understanding. It's a truth that exists in the calm hum of existence, waiting for you to listen, to understand, to learn. And as you learn, you realize that the quantum realm is not vast and empty, but connected, entangled, a web of existence that spans the quantum realm. You are drifting further. You're no longer just floating through existence, but through an intricate web. You're not an outsider looking in, but a speck of dust caught in the dance of existence. The particles around you, once seemingly separate, now merge into a sea of light and color. They're not just particles, but notes in a harmony, playing a melody of existence. You notice the light. It's not a direct light, but a soft, diffused glow, like the first light of dawn breaking through the clouds. It's a light that seems to come from everywhere, and nowhere at once, a light that has no source, yet illuminates everything. It's a light that's gentle, yet a light that's both soothing and disorienting. You see the colors. They're not the vibrant colors of Earth, but a subtle, muted palette, like the colors of a seashell. They're not primary colors, but shades, hues, tints, and tones, blending into each other, forming a spectrum that's both infinite and finite. It's a color spectrum that's not just visible, but palpable. You hear the silence. It's not a deafening silence, but a quiet hum, a gentle purr, a soft rustle. It's a sound that's not loud, yet not quiet, a sound that's not heard, but sensed. It's a sound that's not just a noise, but a language, a dialect spoken by existence itself. You feel the disintegration. It's not a disintegration, but a slow, steady decay, a gradual, inevitable breakdown. It's a disintegration that's not, but gradual. A disintegration that's not, but subtle. It's a disintegration that's not a loss, but a change, a transformation, a shift from one state to another. As you drift further, you realize that existence is not vast and empty, but connected, entangled, a web of existence that spans the world. It's a web that's not visible but felt, a web that's not seen but understood. It's a web that's not just a concept but a reality, a truth that exists independent of your understanding. It's a truth that exists in the calm hum of existence, waiting for you to listen, to understand, to learn. And as you learn, you realize that existence is not silent, but speaks in a language of light, color, and sound. And you're learning to speak it, word by word, equation by equation. As you drift, you're no longer just floating through an infinite spectrum of light, but now you're gently sliding between layers of existence, shades of reality. You're a silent observer, but a participant, a wanderer in this tapestry where colors are whispers of time. You notice that the light around you is not static but fluid, pulsating with a rhythm that's deeply felt. It's a rhythm that resonates within your being, a metronome ticking away the seconds of existence. This light, it's a glow, but a language, a dialect spoken by the world itself, a language that's understood, learned over existence. You feel the disintegration, but it's not a collapse, but a slow, steady decay, a gradual, inevitable breakdown, a transformation from one state to another. It's a disintegration that's not a loss, but a change, a shift, a turning of the page. As you drift further, you realize that existence is connected, entangled, a web that spans the world. It's a web that's felt, understood. It's a web that's a reality, a truth that exists independent of your understanding, in the calm hum of existence. And then you hear it. A soft rustle, a gentle purr, a quiet hum. It's not a noise but a language, a conversation between particles, a dialogue of existence. You're not just listening now, you're eavesdropping, tuning in to the cosmic frequency, the wavelength of existence. Now imagine a pair of particles, not just floating, but existing side by side, yet not apart. They're not individual particles, but an inseparable whole, a system, a collection of two. They're entangled, not just physically, but metaphysically, spiritually, in a dance of probabilities, a ballet of possibilities. One particle, it's a speck, but a world in itself, a microcosm of the macrocosm. It's not alone, but in a relationship, a connection, a bond that's fundamental. The other particle, it's a companion, but a complement, a balance, a yin to its yang. Together, they're not just particles, but a system, a pair, an entangled pair. Now you're not just drifting, but observing, witnessing this dance of the particles. You're an outsider looking in, but a part of the dance itself, a participant in this cosmic ballet. You're not just learning, but understanding, not just seeing, but feeling the entanglement, the connection, the relationship between these two particles. As you understand this, you realize that entanglement is a principle, a law, a fundamental truth of existence. We're all entangled, connected, a web of existence, a dance of probabilities, a ballet of possibilities. And as you understand this, you realize that existence speaks in a language of light, color, and sound. And you're learning to speak it, word by word, equation by equation, particle by particle, dance by dance, entanglement by entanglement. As you drift, you're not just in the dance of particles, but a part of it. Their entanglement, it's not just physical, but a dance of probabilities. One particle, it's not just a speck, but a system of its own, a microcosm of the world around it. It's not alone, but in a relationship, a connection, a bond that's fundamental. The other particle, it's not just a companion, but a balance, a yin to its yang. Together, they're not just particles, but a system, a pair, an entangled pair. Now, you're not just drifting, but passing through a laboratory. Here, scientists have demonstrated this dance, this entanglement, not just with photons or electrons, but with top quarks, molecules, even small diamonds. They've shown it not just in theory, but in practice, experimentally. It's not just a thought experiment, but a real, tangible phenomenon. The particles, they're not isolated, but in a web of existence, a dance of possibilities. And as you observe this dance, you realize that entanglement is not just about particles, but about everything, about us, about the world itself. We're all entangled, connected, a web of existence, a dance of probabilities. As you understand this, you notice that the world is not silent, but speaks in a language of light, color, and sound. And you're learning to speak it, not just word by word, but equation by equation, particle by particle. It's a language that's not just about the here and now, but about the past, the present, and the future. But remember, this dance, this language, it's not just about the world, but about the observer too. You're not just watching, but participating, not just understanding, but feeling the entanglement, the connection, the relationship between these two particles, between the world and you. It's a two-way street, a dialogue, a conversation between the microcosm and the observer. And in this conversation, you're not just learning, but also teaching, not just observing, but also being observed. It's a dance, a ballet, a collection of existence, and you're a part of it, a vital, integral part of it. As the dance of particles unfolds, you find yourself drifting through a canvas of possibilities, a sea of light and color. The particles, they're not isolated, but in a web of existence, a ballet of probabilities. You notice the light. It's pulsating, each wave carrying a whisper of information, a secret shared between the particles. The color, it's shifting, morphing, a collection of hues that echoes the dance of the particles themselves. It's as if the world is speaking in a language you're just beginning to understand, a language not of words, but of light and color and sound. The particles, they're disintegrating, a slow, gradual disintegration. Not a change, but a quiet, gentle drift, a soft, slow-motion collapse. It's like watching a sunset, the light changing, transforming, a slow, steady disintegration of day into night. You realize this disintegration, it's a transition, a change from one state to another. It's like the changing of the seasons, not a shift, but a gradual, slow, steady drift from one to the next. You notice the space between the particles. It's filled with a quiet, patient energy. It's like the pause between heartbeats, not nothing, but a moment of anticipation. This energy, it's moving, a slow, steady flow, a river of light and color that connects the particles, that connects you, that connects everything. It's like the rhythm of the world itself. In this dance, in this language, you're a participant. You're feeling the disintegration, the change, the transition. You're feeling the connection, the relationship between these two particles, between the world and you. It's a dialogue, a conversation between the microcosm and the macrocosm, between the particles and the observer. And in this conversation, you're learning, you're being observed. It's a dance, a ballet, a collection of existence, and you're a part of it, a vital, integral part of it. But this dance, this language, it's about the here and now, about the past, the present, the future, the open space of time and space. It's like the rings of a tree, each ring a story, a whisper of the past, a promise of the future. As you understand this, as you feel this, you realize that the world is speaking, not just to you, but through you. A quiet, steady conversation between the microcosm and the macrocosm, between the particles and the observer, between everything and everything and everything and everything. You're still here, drifting through the open space, a silent participant in the quantum ballet. The particles, once vibrant and energetic, now begin to slow. Their dance, their energy fading, their light dimming. You notice the pairs, once entangled, now starting to disconnect, their connection waning, their bond unraveling. It's not a severing, but a gradual drifting apart, a slow, steady unraveling of the quantum fabric that once held them together. As the particles drift further apart, their connection weakens, and they begin to lose their sense of self. They're no longer a pair, a duo, but individual entities, their identity fading, their existence uncertain. It's like a story, the final chapter, the last page turned, the book closing, the tale told. The particles are no longer a story, but a memory, a fading echo of a once vibrant existence. In this dance of disintegration, you notice the particles' environment playing a crucial role. As they interact with the world around them, they become entangled with their surroundings, their once pure quantum state now contaminated, their once clear signal now muddied. It's like a whisper in a crowded room, a secret shared in a busy cafe, a message lost in translation. The particle's environment, once a silent observer, now a participant in their dance, their connection, their existence. As the particles continue to drift apart, their connection fading, their bond unraveling, you notice a strange phenomenon. The particles, once independent, now seem to be drawn together, their gravitational pull increasing, their attraction strengthening. It's like a love story, the final embrace, the last kiss, the couple drawn together, their bond unbreakable. The particles once apart now together, their connection renewed, their existence reaffirmed. But this dance, this connection, it's not just about the here and now, but about the past, the present, the future, the open space of time and space. It's like the rings of a tree, each ring not just a year, but a story, a whisper of the past, a promise of the future. And as you understand this, as you feel this, you realize that the world is not silent, but speaking, not just to you, but through you, a quiet, steady conversation between the microcosm and the macrocosm, between the particles and the observer, between the past and the present and the future, between everything and everything and everything. It's a dance, a ballet, a collection of existence, and you're a part of it, a vital, integral part of it. But this dance, this conversation, it's not just about the here and now, but about the open space of time and space, about thought, about the silence, about the nothingness. It's about existence. As the particles continue to drift apart, their connection fading, their bond unraveling, you notice a strange phenomenon. The particles, once independent, now seem to be drawn together, their gravitational pull increasing, their attraction strengthening. It's like a love story, the final embrace, the last kiss, the couple drawn together, their bond unbreakable. But this dance, this connection, it's not just about the here and now, but about the past, the present, and the future. You find yourself floating in the stillness, the endless expanse of nothingness stretching out before you. The silence is quiet, a stillness that seems to swallow all sound, all thought, all existence. It's like thought, the final whisper of a mind fading away, the last light in the world flickering and dying. The particles, once so vibrant, so full of life, now seem to be fading, their colors dimming, their light growing faint. They're like stars at the end of their lives, their cores cooling, their light waning, their existence drawing to a close. But even in this emptiness, this silence, there's a sense of peace, a calm that seems to permeate everything. It's like the quiet before the dawn, the stillness before the storm, the world holding its breath, waiting for something to happen. It's a stillness, a silent strength, a presence that can't be seen or heard or felt, but is there nonetheless. As you drift through this stillness, you notice something strange. The particles once so distinct now seem to be merging, their boundaries blurring, their identities fading. They're like rivers flowing into the sea, their waters mixing, their currents blending, their individual stories lost in the undifferentiated expanse. It's like thought, the final dissolution of the self, the last vestiges of individuality melting away into the nothingness. But even in this fusion, there's a sense of unity, a oneness that seems to bind everything together. It's a quiet, steady, inexorable process, a slow fade to black, and you realize that you're a part of it, a vital part of it. Your thoughts, your feelings, your very existence, it's all part of this dance, this conversation between everything and everything. It's a dance, a conversation, existence. As you drift through this silent expanse, you notice the particles, once so vibrant and distinct, now seem to be fading away. Their boundaries blur, their identities dissolving, like stars at dawn, their light waning, their stories merging into the soft tapestry of existence. The air grows cool, the light dims, and thought, that constant companion, begins to slow, its currents ebbing, its tides receding. The particles, once so active, so full of life, now seem to be quieting, their energies waning, their dances slowing. It's like a quiet room at the end of the night, the music softening, the couples waltzing one last time before the lights fade. The particles, they're not gone, not entirely, but they're different now. Quieter, softer, their presence more a whisper than a murmur. And you're a part of this too. Your thoughts, your feelings, they're not gone, but they're changing, shifting, like sand in the wind, like snow on the mountaintop, slow and steady, inexorable. You're a part of this gentle ballet, this silent conversation between everything and everything and everything. But this dance, this conversation, it's not just about the here and now, but about the silence, about the nothingness. It's about the dance, the conversation, existence. The particles, they're not the only ones fading. The light, it's growing dimmer, softer, like a candle flame in the wind. Its glow waning, its warmth ebbing. The air, it's growing colder, quieter, the stillness deepening, the silence intensifying. It's like the world is taking a deep breath, holding it, preparing to let it all go, to fade to black. And as you drift through the silent expanse, as the particles fade, as the light dims, as the air cools, as thought slows, you realize that this is the end of the day's journey, the end of existence, the end of everything. It's a quiet, steady, inexorable process, a slow, gentle fade to black, a silent conversation between everything and everything and everything, and you're a vital, integral part of it. And as the last light fades, as the last thought ends, as the last particle fades away, you let go. You let it all go, and you drift, silent, steady, into the nothingness. As the particles fade, like whispers in the night, the air grows colder, quieter, the stillness deepening, the silence intensifying. The light, it's growing dimmer, softer, like a candle flame in the wind, its glow waning, its warmth ebbing. The air stretches out before us, a canvas of emptiness, a stillness where thought slows, existence wanes. The particles, they're not gone, but they're changing, shifting, like sand in the wind, like snow on a mountaintop, slow and steady, inexorable. They're not the only ones fading. The light, it's growing dimmer, softer, its glow waning, its warmth ebbing. The air, it's growing colder, quieter, the stillness deepening, the silence intensifying. It's like the environment is taking a deep breath, holding it, preparing to let go, to fade to black, to end. The particles, they're not just fading, they're evolving, changing, their energy transforming, their form shifting. They're not disappearing, they're just becoming something else, something new. They're not ending, they're just beginning again, in a different form, in a different way. As the particles fade, as the light dims, as the air cools, as thought slows, you realize that this is not the end, not really. It's just a transition, a shift, a change. It's a quiet, steady, inexorable process, a slow, gentle fade to black, a silent, steady conversation between everything and everything and everything, and you're a part of it, a vital, integral part of it. Now, as we come to the end of our journey, let's take a step back. Let's zoom out from the smallest to the largest, from the single atom to the open space of existence. Let's see it all fully. Let's see the conversation, existence, as it all fades away, as it all begins again. And as the last light fades, as the last thought ends, as the last particle fades away, you let go. You let it all go, and you drift, silent, steady, into the emptiness. Now you can let those ideas soften, let them fade, let them drift away. For now, rest is enough. Sleep well and good night.